This to you, baby. Square, square biz. Let me put on these shades. Let me give you something. Let me give you something. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Hopefully, you are too. Yeah, you know how it goes. I do what I do. Good morning and good afternoon, good night to you, and you. Yeah, but let me just break it down to you like this. In life, sometimes people are willing to accept things as they are. Sometimes in life, we go along with the status quo, we slug along, we just let it be, and we don't take time out to realize that there's more. There's so much more to see. There's so much more to experience. There's so much more that we're missing. You know, and I say, don't accept things as they are. Question, argue, explore. Look for the deeper meaning in things. Look for the stuff that they may not want you to see. I mean, don't just take things at face value. Sometimes we have the misfortune to do so. Sometimes we have the fear in our heart that hey, maybe you can't, you know, uh, look at things beyond what they are. We cheat ourselves, in particular areas and stuff like that. I mean, there's always possibilities. There's always things to see. There's always something going on. I mean, I myself, just have been in situations where if I just would have pushed a little bit more, if I would have did a little bit more research, if I would have just asked one more question, I mean, I remember when I was younger, I used to get discouraged from asking, questions and stuff like that. What's going on, Peck? I see you. Thank you for coming through. And you realize that, to question things and not just to accept things, to argue, to explore things, it takes you to places where you never would have been. You never would have reached heights that you could only imagine and whatnot. I mean, what's wrong with, questioning reality, questioning society? What's wrong, with questioning, the possibilities? What's wrong with exploring, new frontiers and understanding, that there is always more to see. Now you're respectful about it. You don't do it at any cost and whatnot. But I encourage people to go out there, seek after knowledge, to look for the possibilities of being the best that you could be and stuff like that. Don't just lay down and accept, the terms that, people give you in society. Sometimes in society, folks want you to just do as you're told, and go over there in the corner, and accept your position and accept your destiny. That's created, by somebody else that doesn't know you. That doesn't understand, your God-given ability. Like I said, a lot of times, people, just have that. You can fight, you can push, you can claw, you can scratch. Thank you, Detox Diva, for coming through. Driving, but I'm getting equals out of the day. Keep it going. Thank you, Detox Diva. I appreciate you for just stopping by. But this is, like I said, hey, what's going on, Green Bay Wacky? Just I want to sleep. Hey, thank you, Green Bay Wacky. I appreciate that you popping in before you sleep. But this is just a little bit of encouragement to people out there. Just letting you know, don't just accept things as they are. Question, argue, explore. Look for those deeper meanings. Just did a 5 hour live stream. Wow, you're awesome, Green Bay Wacky. But that's who you are. You do the 5 hour live stream. Maybe one of these days, when I'm just feeling in that mood and I'm ready for that, I'll get to the 5 hour live stream or the 8 hour live stream. I'll do that big thing. I gotta prep up for that. I gotta condition for an 8 hour, 5 hour live stream. But yeah, I encourage people, like explore those possibilities and stuff like that. But this is really about exploring those possibilities. And like I said, you question things. Like I like about Green Bay Wacky, what he does is he questions, his content and why he can't get the views that that some of the bigger YouTubers are getting, and basically why doesn't his content reach, or whatever the case may be, and that's good. Cash 7 and Brenda won the panel, and two more. I was looking forward to doing one with you. Oh no, I'll be around, Green Bay Wacky. I'm gonna be around. I'm not disappearing anytime soon. Anybody wants to do a panel with me or whatever, have me up on their panel. You just got to set up the time, the date, and I'll just, arrange that myself, and we'll get it too. I mean, I'm off on Tuesday and Wednesday, so you already know how that works. But we'll get up because we're still gonna talk about that gambling one, But yeah, I encourage people, man. Like I said, keep doing what you do. But let me see, back to what I was saying. It's just I'm saying what I'm saying now because I see too many people, who are unhappy with the results in their life, with the way life is going and the way things are transforming for them or transpiring for them, and they don't challenge, they don't press, they don't question, they don't explore the other possibilities, and I tell people, explore the possibilities, question, the status quo, like I said, argue, against just being the norm, against being just, bland and boring and just the same as everybody else. I was in live stream. Yeah, yeah. I was asleep by when you was doing that live stream. That's kind of funny, actually. The whole live stream that you were doing, Green Bay Wacky, I was asleep. I was up before you started the live stream, to tell you the truth. But when you started it, I probably was asleep, to tell you the truth. 5-hour live stream early in the morning. I know you probably had an awesome live stream or whatever the case may be. Like I said, kudos to you. Probably some of those people came to my live stream because I know some people were on there last night or this morning. But yeah, like I was saying, question, argue, explore. Look at, I say, question the status quo. Argue for the possibilities. Of doing more, being more. Don't just stay stuck. And just, like I said, be willing to understand that there's always more. There's always more to see. There's always more to do. I mean, don't just accept the limitations that people put on your life. I make sure to radiate the positivity live streams to people who emulate some things, the same things that I do. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, Detox Diva. You emulate, emanate the light and spread the positive vibes. What's up, Tim S? What's up, Margie? I appreciate you folks for coming through. Like I said, this is stuff that you folks already know. This is stuff that this is just reminders and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. Folks know. But sometimes, we can lose our intensity just dealing with the grind of life. Going out there working, dealing with health issues, dealing with family members, dealing with our own personal problems, our own personal self. Sometimes you can lose the intensity. Sometimes you can lose the vigor, the passion to question, to argue, to explore, to really live life. And I believe when we question, when we argue, when we explore, when we do these things, we live. We really live. We don't just exist in this life, but we live. Because there's nothing wrong with questioning, what's around you. Don't just accept things at face value, looking at life and saying, is there more to see? Is this the truth? There's nothing wrong with exploring. What's going on, Lulu? Love you. I appreciate you. Live from Nova Scotia. Thank you for being here. And I tell people, it's always more to see. It's always a deeper meaning. It's always something else, beyond what's in front of us. In life, you can believe and you can do more than you can see, and that's just like really where I'm at with it. I just tell people, there's nothing wrong with dreaming. There's nothing wrong with hoping. There's nothing wrong with pushing. There's nothing wrong with building upon, what you have, and then finding something better and then making it into something more. There's nothing wrong with that stuff. A lot of times in life, we get discouraged from dreaming. We get discouraged from exploring the possibilities. We get discouraged from having a different point of view. It's okay to have a different point of view. It's okay to disagree, with how things are. People make it seem like you can't disagree, or you can't have a difference of opinion, or you can't question the way things are going. You have to agree. You have to be politically correct. And no, you don't. No, you don't. It's okay to disagree with the way things go in society. It's okay to explore different possibilities. It's okay to question, the way things are being done. It's just that people want to make you feel like you can't, you shouldn't. Don't, and that's not the way it's done. Anything that has happened, any major breakthroughs that have happened in life has started with small disputes. What's going on, Cab 7? It's okay to disagree. It's definitely okay to disagree. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, even if it turns into a situation where there's hate that comes from it, you try to bring the balance to it. You try to meet the hate with the love and bring the balance to that situation. But sometimes you have to go into the heat. Sometimes you have to be the villain. Sometimes you have to be the one to say, I stand against whatever that is. Sometimes you have to be willing to be wrong. Sometimes you have to be willing to, look like the fool. Sometimes you have to be willing to stand out there alone, and just have and hold your position. Yeah, you stand against hate. I hear you, Cab. That's what you do. But the thing is, it doesn't happen if you just sit in the corner and it's just the status quo. And a lot of times we get tempted to do that because it's easier. What's going on, Sherry K? Sometimes it's easy to sit in the corner and not question things. Sometimes it's easy to sit in the corner and accept things as they are. Sometimes it's easy to say, you know what, all right, that's the way it's going to be, and that's the way it's always been, so I might as well just go along, get along to go along. And you can do that, you know what I'm saying? You can just not fight against anything. You could just sit in the corner and just hopefully everybody leaves you alone and nobody has anything against you, and that's just what it is. And the reality is, for a time people will leave you alone, but at some point somebody may impose their will upon you. Somebody may do something that you don't like. Somebody may say something that you don't agree with. So what do? Do you sit in the corner and do you just accept it? Like I said, I always, appreciate somebody when they have the wherewithal to say, hey Mel, you know what, I have a difference of opinion with you, and I respect you, but this is how I see it. I say, hey, maybe we can meet somewhere. Maybe you could teach me somewhere, teach me something, and show, and we could come at a consensus with what's going on. So it's a situation where I say to folks, there's always more to see. There's always something that's being missed. There's always something that's being misrepresented or underrepresented. There's always something to find, to explore deeper in this life. There's always something that, in our hearts and stuff like that that we may want to explore, which we sometimes don't. Sometimes people are afraid, because I was having this conversation. A lot of times people may be afraid to speak up and question things and argue things because who wants to stand alone? Who wants to question things? Who wants to argue and explore an opinion or, a thought, a theory, a philosophy that may not be, the status quo? Sometimes people would rather use an example of somebody else and say, no, that's what this person thinks, just so, it doesn't seem like they're by themselves with a situation. But sometimes you are by yourself. Sometimes you are the only one that feels the way that you feel about, a particular situation in that context that you may be. Well, for me, I don't agree with people, my intentions, everything, and I don't let them stand alone and look stupid. It's something, if they stand long enough, they fall. Whatever. For me, I don't agree with people, my intentions are everything, and I let them stand alone and look stupid. And sometimes if they stand long enough, they fall. That's interesting. That's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, people have different ways of going about it. I mean, I even if a person is wrong, if a person is willing to stand for what they believe in, I still respect them. I may not agree with them, but I respect people for standing for something. There's a lot of times you have too many people in the world who don't stand for anything, and you know how that goes. If you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything. All right, take care. Much love to you, Green Bay Wacky. Appreciate you for being here. They don't actually. I just do it for fun and get a laugh and a dance and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Some may want you hang around about the five. Oh, okay, that's something different. But I hear what you're coming from, Detox Diva. I definitely hear where you're coming from. My thing is just, I even if I don't agree with your stance, I appreciate people in this world standing for something. I appreciate these people that's willing to question and fight for something. You have too many people that want things. You have too many people that wish to achieve stuff. But what are you questioning? What are you arguing against? What are you standing for in yourself? Stand for something. And if you find out whether it's right, wrong, indifferent, or whatever the case, you can come back later and apologize. I made a joke about being old and don't stand. Yeah, I heard you, Green Bay Wacky. I was just so focused. I didn't hear you, but I see. I was just so focused. I kind of sort of didn't get it, but I got you. I got you. I got you. I have a physical, definitely illness and energy and the healing and positivity and love. I refuse to put my energy into things that don't serve me. Hey, I hear that. I hear that. Detox Diva. Like I said, definitely. I mean, don't put your energy into something that's, take care, Green Bay. Take care. Tim S420. I don't know if you're leaving. Nah, definitely Detox Diva. I definitely agree with you. If it's something that doesn't serve you, if it's something that's not going to work out for you, that's what it is. Definitely equals life threatening. Sorry, a voice text. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Um, Nah, I can definitely understand where you're coming from with that. A lot of times people may waste energy on things that don't, matter, stuff that don't help them and whatnot. So like I said, you don't focus on that. But sometimes when it comes to the grind of life, those are the things that distract us from actually, challenging the status quo, challenging the way things are. And it's rough sometimes because sometimes you don't want to make waves, you don't want to ruffle any feathers, you don't want to rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, don't tip the boat over, rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Anyway, you don't want to, cause, any trouble. Sometimes you just want to, like go through and not make a scene about stuff. And sometimes you have to make a scene, as unpopular as that may sound, as much as folks may be looking and watching, like, what does he mean by making a scene? And what I mean by making a scene is just being willing to say, okay, is this what you believe in? Is this right? Is this, all that there is? Sometimes people will put restrictions on you. Sometimes people will put stress on you. Sometimes people will put these arbitrary, agendas, in your way, these stumbling blocks to stop you from being, to your fullest potential. And like I said, I'd say there's nothing wrong with challenging that. There's nothing wrong with standing up and saying, "Hey, I'm different. I have more. There's something else. I don't accept exactly what you're talking about. I may agree with certain aspects, but this is something else that I want to explore deeper." And you know who you are when you know what it is, for each and everybody out there. Like I said, you know what I'm talking about when it pertains to your life, the things that matter to you the most. I mean, if you believe in it, fight for it. If you see that there's more, question it. Like I said, if you feel like there's something out there that's not, right, you can argue against it. You can. Yeah, I'm very determined person, and we as people get distracted by the shiny penny. Yeah, we do. We do. What's going on, Molly 1K Dolly? I appreciate you for coming through. Hopefully you feeling better, Molly 1K Dolly. I'm starting to lose my voice too. I don't know what it is. Being open to different opinions is good. We can learn from others' mistakes or the good. Yeah. Definitely we can, Margie. We definitely can. I mean, and it is something to be said about being open-minded to other people's opinions and stuff like that. You don't want to get too distracted by it, but definitely, don't just knock and close people off because they have a different, opinion about things. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. All right, I'm glad you're feeling better, Molly 1K Dolly, because I know I hate having the flu myself. I dread the flu. I run from it like the plague. I mean, when I get it, and you start that coughing or that sweating or that wheezing or whatever the case may be, that could be a killer, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna front with you, especially getting the flu around this time of the season with this weather. It's hot one minute, it's cold the next. Like we out here, it's May. It's literally going into the middle of May, and it feels like like almost fall weather out here. I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's gonna be hot tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna be cold today, and then some switch up. It was raining. I don't know. Anyway, I digress from that situation. But yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from, Margie. You do have to have an open mind. You do, understand people's different opinions and whatever the case may be and stuff like that. So it is something where even if you don't agree with what's going on, it's nothing wrong with understanding the environment of the situation that you're in. It's 78 here. It's raining usually. It's 95. I'm in Florida. Yeah, nah, the weather is all kind of crazy. Detox Diva is definitely all kind of crazy. Out here it's crazy. You know, somebody just sent me a message. But anyway, like I said, I don't know. Y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. You get the gist of what I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with being inquisitive. There's nothing wrong with being curious. Not too curious. Curiosity, they say, killed the cat or strangled the cat. There's nothing wrong with saying, I see more. That I know. There's something else. I know that. It's okay to disagree with folks. Very damn here raining at 60. What's going on, Mark Plays? I don't know if you have any projects, anything for me, but you could definitely hit me up. I've been missing in action with a lot of that stuff. So Mark Plays, you can just hit me up in the Hangout section, and we'll talk. If you got any projects, any voiceovers, any things that you want me to do, the homie is there. I'm there for you. I'm there to let it be known, to let it be said. And forgive me, folks, about my voice. My voice, I don't know, for some reason, it's been getting hoarse. I don't know. Maybe I've been talking too much. I ain't been drinking enough tea. I've been drinking tea, so I don't know what it is. I really don't know. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I think y'all folks got the gist of it. Like I said, challenge things. Don't be afraid to have a difference of opinion. Don't be afraid to accept, not accept things as they are. It sounds like Barry White. That's cool. I appreciate definitely. I've tried doing a lot of talking. I do a lot of talking at work. I do a lot of talking on these live streams and whatnot. My voice sounds a little scratchy, raspy, and stuff like that. But that's cool too. Hopefully everything is good with you folks out there. I know there's folks getting ready for Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there, the soon-to-be mothers. The mothers that are not appreciated enough. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. For those folks that's out there in Australia, happy or other regions of the world where it is Sunday already. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Hey Molly 1K Dolly, saying like I said, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful women out there holding it down. You're welcome. Lulu, love you. And happy Mother's Day to the women out there who are not mothers, but they're taking care of children. Maybe nieces and nephews and stuff like that, or even folks rest in peace that have lost children and stuff like that. And maybe not have children anymore, but they were mothers at one point. Still happy Mother's Day to you, and happy Mother's Day to those folks, those women, those men, those women that have lost their loved ones, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes we forget about that. Just because you lost your mother doesn't mean you still don't think about them. They sure I had to go back to pick up the sister of her brothers and so we can go to the movies and decided to be a mentor and making strides. Yes, there's nothing wrong with being a mentor. We need more mentors in this world. We need more mentors, in this life. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to your moms, Molly 1K Dolly. But still happy Mother's Day as well. They may be gone, but they're not forgotten. And that's important to remember, to keep the memory alive. Like I said, people have to understand, just because, folks are not here doesn't mean their influence, their ways, their teachings, their thoughts, their jokes, even their annoyances doesn't mean they just automatically leave us. Yes, definitely. God bless Molly and Moms in Heaven. It's definitely it's definitely something to be said about that. Like I said, we do have people that we miss, that we love dearly, that we care about, that we think about on a regular basis and stuff like that. And I know, and I acknowledge that sometimes it's hard, when it comes to Mother's Day, around this time, for those of us that have lost our mothers, our grandparents and stuff like that. It's definitely something to be said about that. But we try to keep them in spirit. They live on with us, and that's what that is. Not to get too heavy-hearted with that, but I just wanted to make sure I get that out the way, just in case I don't do a live stream tomorrow, which more than likely I probably will. I don't know how that's gonna happen and whatnot, yeah. So it is what it is. Are you out, Molly 1K Dolly? Okay. Um, Take care, Molly 1K Dolly. Thank you for being here. I don't know if you're leaving yet, but that's what it is. Anthony Facer, how's everyone doing? We're doing all right. We're doing all right. I was just wishing a happy Mother's Day in advance. The KC. Oh, she's leaving. Okay. I was saying happy Mother's Day, Anthony, to all the women out there, just in advance. Some people, it's already Mother's Day, depending on what region of the world you're in. So I was saying happy Mother's Day to them as well. And for those out there that have mothers, happy Mother's Day to your mothers as well. I think I'm not leaving yet. About 5 minutes or so. I haven't got to the house yet. This live stream will be over before 5 minutes. Before those 5 minutes are up. So, I'm not staying on too long. Realistically, I'm staying on just long enough. I pretty much made my points. I think you folks get where I'm coming from. I don't need to, make this longer than I need to make this. Absolutely, Mother's Day and everywhere. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, definitely. You know, so like I said, I think when it comes to the mothers, sometimes they probably don't get appreciated enough. I think we need more than one day for all the stuff that the mothers in the world do. It is an understatement sometimes when you look at the contribution that women make to the family, to society. So that's what it is. It's crazy. Yeah. Hopefully I feel better, but I gotta go to work. Yeah, I gotta go to work. Gotta put it in. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Maybe I ate something. I don't know. I don't know, Molly. Maybe I need to drink some more liquids, some more fluids, and stuff like that. But for the most part, it is what it is. And this has been definitely an awesome live stream and whatnot. I don't know if you can hear the difference in my voice, but it is what it is. And thank you for the 8 people being here. Yes, I need some oranges. I might have to get some orange juice today, right now. But for those folks, thank you for coming through. Warm honey soothes the throat. I may have to get some more warm honey, Anthony. I may have to do that. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all. Thank you, Llama Monster. You came in at the last minute. Kenneth, fam, I appreciate you for being here. But on that note, I must go. And KC, see you later. Molly, Dolly, Lulu, love you. Yes, the oranges are good. I got to pick up an orange today. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Bam. Later.